Alrighty, everybody. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another stream. We're doing a bit of coverage here this evening on the severe weather threat we got going on today. We actually got a pretty big risk out here today for severe weather. But I hope everyone's doing well. Hope everyone's doing good out there. So we already have some watches in effect here for western Texas. We do have a couple warnings in place as well. We do got some storms starting to fire off here, which we do have that watch in effect here for 2 hours. Expires in 2 hours here. What's up, Mark? Good to see ya. Hope you're doing well. Justin says, will I be talking about Melissa? Yeah, I mean, we'll probably briefly talk about it. I mean, Melissa's going to be a big issue regardless, in which, yeah, it looks like possibly a direct landfall in Jamaica is certainly a good possibility. But this will be probably mostly tied to severe weather coverage this evening. But, yeah, we'll definitely be watching that as well. Anyways, so today we do have ourselves, here, let's actually bring up our towns here. Settlement settings, we'll go and turn that on. So we do have ourselves a level 2 slight risk today, which includes portions of San Angelo, Houston, San Antonio, Midland, Texas. So this is kind of a big Texas day today overall. Christy coming in with a $20 super chat. Thank you so much, Christy. That's really, really nice of you. Thank you so much for that. I hope you're doing good. Thank you, Christy, seriously, for the 20. That is really, really nice of you, my friend. You did not have to do that. Big shout out. Y'all in chat, please give Christy a big thank you if you could. That would be greatly appreciated. Let's see. That was really nice of you. Thank you, Christy. Justin says, I heard there's a new 155 estimate that the Hurricane Center says it's... let me look here. Oh, yeah, there is. Oh, wow. You know, they actually say that wind gusts could get up to 190 miles an hour, and sustained winds is right around 155. That's pushing Cat 5. Yeah. Anyways, but hopping back over to today's risk here, y'all. So we do have a level 2 threat today for Texas mostly. Actually, all of Texas is in that, or all of the slight risk is in Texas here. We do have a 5% chance for tornadoes today here in the Brown. So we've got a 5% chance for that. That includes San Antonio, Austin, just shy of the Dallas-Fort Worth area here. But they do have that 2% chance out there as well. So a couple of tornadoes today will be quite possible. We do have a 15% chance for damaging winds here in the yellow. 5% chance here in the brown. So we're going to be seeing potential gusts today upwards of maybe 60 to 70 miles an hour overall. So we could get a little bit of gusty winds out here, in which, you know, we'll definitely need to look out for that. As you know, some of these storms will definitely be capable of doing that. But one of the big things they actually added was a significant hail threat today. So this hatch risk area, you guys can see where this netted region is. This is actually that 15%, or let's see here. Yeah, 15% chance for hail here overall, in which we do have the potential for hail 2 inches in diameter and even larger. So we do have a pretty big shot for some large hail today. You know, given that you can see right here from the SPC. Let's see here. Profiles any cellular/supercellular convection will pose a risk for large hail with isolated 2+ inch hail possible. So that's one of the big things we got to look out for. Now that's mostly for western Texas. You know, that's mostly out there kind of by like San Angelo, Midland, Big Spring, Snyder. Let's see here, Sanderson, Camp Wood. You know, some of those areas out there, but. Yeah, I've got a 15 sig risk out there, but that 5% does extend all the way up here into western Oklahoma too, overall. Let's see here. Sharon says, I used to live in Abilene. I see they're under warning. So, yeah, Abilene's under the risk here. They're not under any warning specifically right now. There is a couple of warnings in effect right now. We have one just west of San Angelo here, you guys can see. This is out there by Mertzen. This is for quarter hail, 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts here. We got another warning south of Iran. Is that how you say that? This one's also for quarter hail and 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts here. We also got a lot of flash flood warnings going on right now. quite a bit of those. Let's see here. What's up, Sharon? Good to see you. Christy says no problem. I am in you. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to like and subscribe, show Andrew some support. Christy, thank you once again so much. That is greatly appreciated, my friend. That was super nice of you. You definitely didn't have to do that. Let's see here. What's up, Emily? Saying it's a beautiful day in Louisville, Kentucky. Gotcha. What state are we talking about? So we're talking about Texas. Texas is the main area today. We also have a little bit of Oklahoma included today in the severe weather risk for like western Oklahoma. But majority of the risk is going to be here in Texas. Now, tomorrow we're probably going to need to do some coverage, too, because we have another slight risk here for eastern Texas and also, like, central southern Louisiana here, which we also, like today we also have a 5% chance for tornadoes here. That includes, like, Baton Rouge, Lake Charles area. So, also out there by Houston, too. 15% non-sig wind threats and a 15% hail threat here tomorrow. So yeah, kind of back-to-back days of severe weather here. Christy. Let's see here. Do I think that Dallas, Texas will see a tornado overnight? Very unlikely. The odds of that's very low, but I will tell you there is a little 2% chance for the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Basically, it's a 2% chance of happening within a 25-mile radius around you. So basically, a circle around you, 25 miles around you, there's only a 2% chance of a tornado dropping within that region, which, that's pretty low odds. Definitely pretty low odds. You have a better chance of seeing some gusty winds and stuff like that before tornadoes, which we have a 5% chance for tornado threat here. Also a 5% hail threat, too. So, yeah, hail will mostly be between 1 to 2 inches in diameter out here. But in that hatch risk we were talking about, that's where we actually have a big threat for hail. Where we could see like 2 inches or greater. Definitely pretty big concern for hail out west here for the most part. So, anyways, hopping over the sat view here. Let's get rid of the outlook here. Here, let's go ahead and loop this a little bit here. Let's see what's going on. So yeah, right now we only have 3 warnings here in effect. We did have 7 a minute ago. Actually, a lot of those just expired at 6 whenever we went live. So, but yeah, this is kind of the beginning of the event, though. I mean, a lot of the event's going to continue overnight as the system kind of works eastward. I don't know, Royalty. I have no idea. You said it's in Baton Rouge, right? So, yeah, I mean, they are in the, I believe they're in the level 2 tomorrow. Yeah, Baton Rouge is in the level 2 threat. Here, let's actually bring up models. We'll look at that here real quickly with you guys, and we'll see what's going on, like timing-wise and everything. So we'll look at the HRRR. Let's see here. Precipitation. We'll do composite reflectivity. Here we go. We'll go back to the 18 UTC run here. Yeah, I mean, look at that line. Wow. So yeah, the system kind of rolls through. It looks like it approaches kind of by Dallas here. You guys can see the time barely in the bottom left, but it kind of shows that line approaching right around like maybe 10 p.m. Eastern. Maybe right around 10 p.m. Eastern or so. Out there by Houston, pretty early. This is showing 6 a.m. Eastern, so that'd be 5 local. That'd be 5 Central Time. But out there by Baton Rouge, I mean, this is a little bit on a far limb here, but it shows like early afternoon, that line of storms kind of rolling through Baton Rouge. But, don't take that too seriously. But yeah, later tonight, I mean, by the time we approach the evening today, it looks like we're going to be dealing with quite a nasty little line here, according to HRRR here. Here, let's bring up those wind gusts here. I do want to bring that up again here. We'll do max accumulated wind gusts here. Definitely could be pretty windy. So yeah, some spots could definitely see those, those damaging winds we were talking about. Maybe upwards of like 60 to upwards of 70 mile an hour wind gusts possible. Can't take it this specific because models, they're not that good, but you can see that there's going to be some pretty isolated wind gust potential here out of some of these storms. Is Florida going to get any of this? No. Honestly, I believe the system's going to pretty much die down by the time it even gets near us. Day 3, we actually, you can see the risk is downgraded from a level 2 to a level 3 on the day 3 outlook. So today we have the big level 2 threat, the slight risk today. Tomorrow we have another level 2 slight risk. Day 3 we have actually a marginal here for like southern Mississippi, like southern Louisiana, southern Alabama, a little bit of the western panhandle of Florida here, like Pensacola. Oh yeah, there is no breakdown for day 3. Yeah, so yeah, we're looking pretty good for Florida. Let's see here. What's up, Overbuilt? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Anyways, hopping back over here to the tropics for a minute. So yeah, Jamaica needs to really brace for the storm here. It looks like the heaviest impacts are going to be sometime in the afternoon of the 28th here. So this is about 8 days away. But definitely looking quite significant out there. It looks more and more possible that a direct landfall could occur out here. And then you can see the system going over Cuba and then, kind of going out there by the Bahamas. So, yeah. Definitely need to be watching this. It actually strengthened a bit since earlier. Since the earlier update we did yesterday. Or really early this morning, I should say. But yeah, definitely is going to be a big problem for Jamaica. So Jamaica needs to watch out. Cuba needs to watch out. Even the Bahamas and Haiti. I don't think the Hurricane Center put warnings out yet. No, they did not. Well, they didn't put hurricane warnings. That's what I meant. We already have tropical storm warnings in effect out here. Here, I'll go ahead and bring this over to you guys. It's from the Hurricane Center's page. So yeah, you can see, there you go. So the blue here is tropical storm warnings. The pink is hurricane watches. Jamaica has those tropical storm warnings and those hurricane watches. Same thing for Haiti too. Wouldn't be surprised if eventually they start adding like Cuba within the next day or so. Maybe even the Bahamas in the future. Like I said, we definitely need to watch out for the Bahamas too. Now, one of the biggest crazy things that's happened here is the rainfall potential. You can see here that the Weather Prediction Center actually put Jamaica now in 20 to 30 inch range for rainfall. That's 20 to 30 inches of rain. Now, given the mountainous region too, all of that water has got to go somewhere. In which a lot of that's going to go into the valleys and stuff like that, which is just going to be a big problem. Pressure is now 995. It's starting to really drop. Yeah, and we were kind of expecting the system to really start strengthening basically on the 25th. So tomorrow is, likely when we'll see a lot of that start to occur for sure. But anyways. All right, hopping back to radar here. Let me see animation settings here. We'll do speed it up a little bit here. There we go. That's how I like it. So yeah, we got some storms coming into San Angelo. We do got a severe warning on the storm to the west of San Angelo, kind of tracking in that direction. Let's see here. Barnhart and Mertzen, those areas do have warning in place here. Quarter hail, 60 mile per hour wind gusts. So yeah, this whole system is just going to be working eastward over the next several hours. Here, let's bring up our radar over by San Angelo over here. Got a couple other warnings southwest of San Angelo. Quarter hail, 60 mile an hour wind gusts here. Kind of rural areas for the most part. Like given western Texas, there's not a whole lot out here. Got another warning. Quarter hail, 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts south of Iran. North of Sanderson. See, we got quarter hail, 60-mile-an-hour wind. So, yeah, it seems like these are pretty baseline right now. We have another warning on the very far western side of Texas here. Quarter hail, 60-mile-an-hour winds. But yeah, the biggest hail threat is happening now. Because you can see, you know, based off the convective outlook here, you can see this is where the hatch risk is. You know, this is where the main hail concern is going to be. Looks like we had some reports of, was that flooding? Flooding and hail. Out here in, what is that? Reagan County, Texas. Reported from law enforcement. Out there in Big Lake. There's a hail report going on under there, but I can't see it. It's a little... They're literally overlapping each other. When will northern Illinois gonna get snow? Who knows, honestly. I mean, it's getting closer, you know. Those areas up north don't really start to see snow until like December, November, December. So, yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens. It'll probably be sometime in December. Let's see here. How is it for Lubbock? How have you been, Andrew? I've been pretty good. Hope you're doing good yourself. Lubbock, let's see, where was Lubbock? I know Lubbock is west. Yeah, here we go. So Lubbock is, well, you're under that level 2 threat today. Let's see, radar. You got that Lubbock radar. So there's a storm to your northwest. Doesn't look severe or anything like that right now. Lubbock is barely in that 2% chance, so tornadoes are extremely unlikely today. 15% wind threat, though. And also a 15% hail threat. So, yeah. Look out for mostly gusty winds and hail. That set of storms appears to be kind of going east-southeast here. So there's Lubbock. You can kind of see that system is kind of going towards you. Looks like we got a bit of an outflow boundary developing on that storm there too. Yeah, we'll watch that storm. I mean, it'll probably come over that region here within the next little bit. Got quite a bit of flooding out here, up by like Big Lake. That's where that report was, right? Yeah, Big Lake. That's where we had that that flash flooding report. So they actually got a flash flood warning observed here. Let's see here. Local law enforcement reported thunderstorms producing street flooding in Big Lake. The expected rainfall rates are 1 to 2 inches per hour. Flash flooding is already occurring. Let's see here. Yeah. So that includes Big Lake, Rankin, I think it is, and McCamey, Texas. Then, of course, you guys can see the big pink box we have here. This is our severe thunderstorm watch, which we've got 2 hours left on it. See, all right, thanks. Haven't been watching the news much. No, you're good. You're very welcome. Glad to help. You know, that's what we're here for. We're here to keep you guys safe and weather aware. Got a lot of freeze warnings going on up by like Ohio. That like Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania too. Freeze warnings in effect here. It's that time of the year, man. We're starting to get some cold weather. Ooh, even my hometown has freeze warnings. Sub-freezing temps in the upper 20s, lower 30s. I would literally die. Me being in Florida the last 3 winters, I have acclimated to our weather down here. So, I could not handle that. I can handle the heat a lot better now, though. But, But yeah, let's actually hop back to the tropics here for a minute, y'all. Let's actually look at the sat view. Haven't really looked at it yet. Alright, let's see. It's convecting pretty good. Definitely got some pretty deep convection going on out here. So yeah, right now it is sustained at, let's see, 65. We're estimating that. So if it's 63, it estimates to 65, or it rounds to 65. If it's 62, it rounds to 60. So we're right around 65 sustained. Pressure is down to 995. Definitely picking up in strength, you know. I mean, you could really tell that that circulation now, you know, that very obvious counterclockwise circulation going on. By the time we approach early tomorrow morning, we'll likely be a hurricane. And then from there on, it's just going to be rapid development here. But, yeah, very concerned for Jamaica. You know, like I mentioned, you guys really need to start preparing out there if you haven't already. Everybody needs to be really prepared because it's likely going to be quite significant. So we got a handful of storm. We got 4 warnings out right now. These are all for quarter hail and 60-mile-an-hour winds. Actually, the one west of San Angelo downgraded from quarter size to nickel size hail. Jackson says, I hear New England south as Erie, Pennsylvania gain some snow in the next couple of weeks. Week forecasting is very difficult. Here, let's pull up the GFS here. Got the new 18 UTC run coming through. Yeah, the Pacific Northwest, they're actually going to be getting some upper level mountain snow here very soon. This is showing... it looks like some of it might be starting anytime soon out by here. Let's bring our radar out there, actually. The one thing I hate about GR2 analysts is like I have to I have to slowly work my way over there. Here we go. Oh. My computer did not like that. My computer is having a very difficult time here. Why is this? Here, we're going to have to restart the program here, y'all. Let me just restart it real fast. We'll try that again. But yeah, some of that snow is probably starting to fall now. There we go. Yeah, and you can see little spots. You know, likely snowing up in some of those upper levels. Yeah, but that'll really start picking up here within the next day or so. And of course, we have this little frontal system that's rolling through here now. Oh, that's interesting. New GFS run kind of has this low plummeting down to the southeast. Y'all see that? So that'll be right around Halloween, actually. October 31st here has that storm like in Florida. Huh. Let's see, does Euro pick up on that? Yeah, obviously a bit of disagreement there, though. Yeah, Euro doesn't really pick up on that second system very much. Interesting. Yeah, well, I mean, we'll see what happens with it. We'll keep an eye on it. Just now noticing there's actually a lot of winter weather advisories for these upper elevations we were talking about, like Oregon, Washington State. Oh, I did that opposite. Washington, Oregon State. We have Idaho, western Montana here. And all this just freeze warnings and stuff. So, anyways, hopping back. Looks like San Angelo is going to start getting that here soon. That activity here soon. They're not under any warning right now, but let's see, we have 18 minutes left on the warning that's nearby. Bring up velocity here. Definitely could be some pretty gusty winds out here. Yeah, south of Iran, we have another storm here, quarter hail, 60-mile-an-hour winds. North of Sanderson. Oh, this one, oh, wow, that actually got upgraded quite a bit. Sucks we don't have any good radar over here, though. This is mostly rural areas, but look at this. We have 70-mile-an-hour wind gusts and half-dollar size hail. Locations impacted include Terrell County Gas Plant. So not only do we have like significant winds on that, but we also have pretty big hail. But yeah, 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts now on that storm. And like I said, half-dollar size hail. It's been pretty windy today in Florida. Not much going on. We actually finally ran out of our rainy season. Let's see. Matt, coming in with a 20, dude. Thank you so much, Matt. Let's see. He's back, giving all the best info. Hello from New Whiteland, Indiana. You're the best, man. Right back at you, Matt. Thank you, dude. Coming in with a 20. Y'all in chat, please give Matt a big thank you. That is really nice of you, dude. Thank you so much. That helps me out a ton. It's greatly appreciated. Thank you so much. You rock, Matt. You're awesome, dude. Thank you so much for that. That means a lot more than you think. Carrot says, yeah, radar coverage is horrible in those areas. Tornado does happen. Radar won't spot it clearly. Yeah. Well, I mean, the good news is that, I mean, there's not a whole lot of people out here. I mean, obviously, yeah, we still have towns. We still have population out here, but it's not as, like, populated as, like, East Texas is, you know. East Texas is pretty populated. Once again, Matt, thank you, dude. Appreciate it. Molly says, so Dallas, Texas should only see gusty wind, right, overnight? So it could be a little bit of hail. There could be a little bit of wind. So current SPC outlook, so you can see Dallas here. So we have a 5% wind risk here. So we could see some gusty winds upwards of 60 miles an hour potentially. Perhaps maybe even some gusts up to 70 at worst case scenario, but that's very unlikely. You'll probably just see maybe, if there is damaging winds, they would likely be right around 60 mile per hour wind gusts within the storms. But 5% chance, I mean, that's pretty unlikely. In terms of hail, we do have a 5% chance for hail as well. So we could see maybe some hail, 5% chance, pretty low, between 1 to 2 inches in diameter. Now, tornado-wise, we do have a little 2% chance for tornadoes. You know, it's very unlikely we'll see any tornadic activity out here by Dallas, but can't rule it out completely. But I wouldn't worry about it too much. But just make sure you have a way to receive warnings, in case if a warning does get issued. Say if, there is a storm that becomes a problem, then, you'll have the warning in place. So that'll alert you. That'll let you know. Yep. So the line's going through San Angelo right now. So them out there in San Angelo, that's good English. out there in San Angelo, we don't really have anything severe for them specifically, but we do have Murchison, which is west of San Angelo, where we do have that severe storm. But they did downgrade that from quarter hail now down to nickel size hail. So, but also 60-mile-an-hour wind still persists on that storm. So that's a bit of a concern. Definitely pretty windy though. Let's see. This is 4,000 feet up here. Let's go to lowest scan. There we go. I don't know why I was all the way up there. The beam angle was very high for some reason. Yeah, this is only like 500 feet, showing like 30, 40 knots. Yeah, so that's definitely a little gusty out there with that. So yeah, don't be surprised. What's up, Smiley? Good to see you. San Angelo here. Well, you're actually who we're talking about right now. Yeah, San Angelo. You can see you're right here. Got a group of storms in the area. They do look pretty gusty though. Although you're not under a warning yet. I don't know if you will be or not. It just depends. You know what happens with it or not. But wow, look at that little outflow boundary down there. That's pretty crazy looking. But you're not in a warning as of now. But I'll let you know if that changes. Glenn says I'm from Pittsburgh, Texas. Gotcha. Where's that? Like West Texas? East Texas? Not familiar. Matt says, quick question. Do I think the Caribbean hurricane will get pushed out to sea or push back and mess up Florida? There's really no guidance suggesting it'll be any problem for the United States. More than likely, the system will, go through like Jamaica, possibly a direct landfall from what it looks like. As of now, there still is a lot of room that could still change. I mean, the cone's still pretty big, so, still a bit of uncertainty here. But yeah, more than likely the system will, because we actually have a cold front, which is actually the system we're covering right now, believe it or not. That system's going to work eastward. This system's just kind of stalling, slowly moving westward. And that cold front that comes through will kind of shield the U.S. from, any landfall. So that'll keep the storm away from us. But this will actually cause it to be a problem for, Jamaica. System will get kind of drawn into Jamaica, into Cuba, and even the Bahamas more than likely at some point. And then from there on, it'll probably just go out to sea. Here's the hurricane models, by the way. This is the main spaghetti models we have. You can see they're in a little bit better agreement than they were yesterday. So that's obviously good that we have a bit more agreement, but not very pretty from the way it looks. You can see that all those models have the system kind of going northwest over the next little bit. And then, of course, kind of turning and going right over Jamaica, then right over Cuba, then probably through the southern central. I just had a nice voice crack there. Southern central Bahamas, which eventually that'll kind of go northeast. Now, it depends on what happens, but, Bermuda could be in the line of fire, but that's way too far out to tell. But, definitely it wouldn't hurt to watch it, Here's some more ensembles. The GEFS. Here you go. Whoop. I don't know what I did there. Uh-oh. There we go. My tab got stuck for a second. Like I couldn't grab it. Anyways, yeah, here's GEFS. You can see kind of showing the same thing going out there by. You can't even see Jamaica because all the spaghetti overlays it. But yeah, Jamaica is like right in here. Jamaica, of course, goes through Jamaica, goes through eastern Cuba, through the Bahamas potentially, and of course out to sea. But yeah, we'll definitely watch it. We'll keep a close eye on it. Let's see here. Carrot says, can I check the velocities on the storm near the road 10 north of the 70-mile-per-hour severe storm? Curious about it. So the 70-mile-an-hour severe storm's over here. Hey, you want me to look at this storm here? Here, let me bring up velocity. I mean, this is the closest radar we got. Let's see. Near road 10 north of the 70. Is it Highway 10? I wish there was better overlay on, like, the road. I don't think there's any really way. Road network. Oh, here we go. Here we go. I think this might be Interstate 10 here. Well, I mean, we're scanning pretty high up here. I mean, this is like 8,000 feet up. So, I mean, it's pretty high. I mean, a lot changes between that altitude and surface. But right now, that storm is warned for 70 and 1.25 inch hail. Let's see. You look by Dallas, right besides Texarkana area. I could do that. So Texarkana is over here, really, like, literally the far northeast corner of Texas. It depends on where you're at exactly between Dallas and Texarkana, because the threat kind of ends out there. Areas out by like Greenville, Sulphur Springs, that's in the thunderstorm threat, not the severe thunderstorm threat. But like Dallas, Fort Worth is in that, severe storm threat. So just depends. Matt says, thank you very much for explaining. I'm glad the Midland U.S. will avoid. It looks very nasty. Yeah. No, you're welcome, Matt. And thank you once again for the support, dude. That's greatly appreciated. And, like I said, I'm here for you guys. We're here to give you all the info you need. But, yeah, no, that frontal system should, the system we're actually tracking right now, should kind of steer the storm away from the U.S. Because, I mean, if this system didn't exist, the storm would probably continue west a little bit. I mean, more than likely it would probably eventually turn to the north, but it would probably go further west. I mean, who's to say? Yeah, But, yeah, this system will be a big, big help. What's up, Scott? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. JP says, going to a football game. Y'all have a safe night. You as well, my friend. Enjoy it. Highway 10, it has a bit of a hook. Yeah, I mean, this could be some elevated supercell activity. But given the poor radar support we have, I mean, it's kind of hard to tell. Because that storm is right here, and you can see the closest radars. We have one over here by Midland. We got one down here, out by Brackettville. And then, of course, we got the San Angelo radar, but, the system's pretty far away, or that storm's pretty far away from those radars. So, the only scans we're getting is upper-level scans, sadly. And, tornadoes are very much very much surface phenomenon, so it makes it pretty difficult sometimes to tell. Right now, the storms are too elevated, but worth watching over the time for changes. That actually reminds me, we should probably bring up our meso-analysis. It's been a minute since we actually did, like, full-on coverage like this. It's good to be back, though. Let's see. Got about a 20-knot lower-level jet. So, yeah, we got some moisture advection. We got some of this air coming up. So there's that system. We have 20-knot wind barbs here. Not the strongest lower-level jet, but it's there. Mid-level flow is stronger, about 40, 45, 50 knots or so in some spots. The wind's going northeast. So here, let me actually bring up my pen here. So I can draw on the screen and stuff. So this is our mid-level winds. Oh, okay, I got to restart the program. Hold on. Let's try that again. This program loves to glitch on me sometimes. It's like I started after a long time and it just doesn't want to draw. There we go. Now it should work. All right. So, storm, the mid-level flow is kind of moving northeast here. So this is mid-level atmosphere, 500 millibar height. Lower level winds kind of going to the north pretty much. So you can see there is a wind directional change there that creates some spin potential in the atmosphere. Instability. We got a pretty good amount of instability. We're talking 1,000 to 1,500 joules per kilogram. Yeah, pretty good amount of fuel. Here, let's get rid of that. Here, we'll do wind shear. Where's our SRH? There we go. Storm relative helicity. Looks like about 150 or so. That'll probably increase, though, as we go in throughout the evening, yeah. Anyway. What's up, Twilight? Good to see ya. Hope you're doing well. What's up, South Central? Good to see you, too, my friend. But yeah, right now we got 4 warnings. These are all severe thunderstorm warnings here for Texas. Oh, actually, look at this. San Angelo now has a warning. Who was in San Angelo? Are you still here? Who said they were in San Angelo? Smiley, are you still here? Because if you're still here, they actually added a flash flood warning for your area. See, radar indicated threat. This includes Carlsbad, I almost said Winter Valley, Water Valley, Grape Creek, San Angelo, 6 Mile Crossing, Veribest, Harriet, Orient, yeah. Doppler radar indicated thunderstorms producing heavy rain in the Warren area. Additional rainfall amounts of 1 to 3 inches are possible. Okay, cool. Good. I'm glad you're there. So, yeah, Smiley, there actually is a flash flood warning in effect now. So if you're in a flood-prone area, like a low-lying environment, would recommend just watching that very closely. Because, yeah, they say another 1 to 3 inches of rain is possible. I had mentioned flood advisory. We got alert. Oh, okay, good. Gotcha. Just glad you know. I'm just making sure you know. Because, yeah, flooding is no joke. Here, let me bring up the flooding risk today. Here we go. Yeah, we got a pretty big flooding risk, though. We got a pretty big level 2 threat throughout Texas and, Oklahoma here. Like Dallas area, Abilene, San Antonio, San Angelo. So we'll definitely look out for it. All right, let's hop back to the tropics for a minute. Take a look back at the satellite view. But yeah, Melissa is definitely starting to look a little bit more active here. I mean, it's still not perfectly, still not perfectly in shape, but it's getting there. But basically from here on out, I mean, you can see that we're going to be seeing rapid intensification with the storm here. Yeah, right now we're sustained at 65, central low down to 995 millibars. But like I mentioned, y'all, if you know anybody out there in Jamaica, I mean, if you're out in Jamaica, if you know anybody who's there, make sure that you guys are preparing because, yeah, this is going to be a pretty significant concern. Actually, you know what we're going to do? I wouldn't be doing this if there was like tornado warnings and such, but let me dive into models here a little bit. I want to look at the latest hurricane models with you guys. So here's the HWRF model. Yeah, so HWRF has the system rapidly strengthening here. Honestly, not good. It just has it skimming like a lot of the coast of Jamaica. I mean, that would be a big problem. You can see it just literally just scraping right along the coast there. Ooh, yeah, then it has it going like right over Cuba. Getting quite strong. Then it goes like right over the Bahamas too. Yeah, it's very important that we watch Haiti, that we watch Jamaica, Cuba, and the Bahamas. I'm a little bit concerned for you folks out there. Let's see, HMON. Got a new run coming through. We'll backtrack to 12 Zulu. Ooh, yeah. Wow, yeah, HMON's a little bit more significant here, showing that system getting down into the lower 930 millibar range. That would be Cat 4, if not near Cat 5. Then it slams right on the south side of Jamaica here. Then it goes over Jamaica. Then it goes through East Cuba. Then it goes through the Bahamas here. We'll try HAFS-A now. Oh, wow. Yeah. I don't like the looks of that. HAFS-A has that system like getting down into the low 900 millibar range, like 908, 902 there. Smiley says immediately had a round of storms prior to that, had some flooding, so it's saturated. Yeah, that'll make the rain that's coming now a little bit more of a concern for flooding. But they did say about another 1 to 3 inches out there is possible. Just had an ad. Chat maybe messed up on my phone. Can anyone send something? See if I get it. Oh, there you go. Nightbot. Let's see. The storm is pick up in Sonora, Texas. Here, let me bring up Texas real fast. Sonora. Oh, okay, Sonora's out here. Gotcha. Still not quite out there by Sonora, but it is tracking that direction. So the one storm north of Sanderson, we still have see 70-mile-an-hour wind gusts on at 1.25-inch hail. The one for just south of Iran just got canceled, which is good. What are we down to? 4 warnings now? Oh, we got a new warning out here west of Fort Worth. So this is out by Mineral Wells area, Gordon, and Mingus. They actually put a tornado possible tag on that storm. Doesn't mean that there's an imminent danger for tornadoes. It just means that tornadoes are very possible to develop. So just be alert for possible warnings. 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts and penny-size hail. So here, let's flip the velocity here. I think that's probably what they're looking at here. I mean, this is about 5,000 feet up. Do we have any closer radars? It's 3,000 feet up. Okay, it's a little better. Yeah, we'll keep an eye on this area. No imminent tornado danger, but we'll definitely need to watch it. 60-mile-an-hour winds and penny hail. Nightbot saves the day again. It's funny how you say Nightbot saves the day whenever it's Nightbot, not Daybot. But like I mentioned, you guys, tomorrow we'll probably need to do some coverage too, because of this slight risk that continues into southeast Texas, into Louisiana. So we'll need to be here for that too. Then day 3. What's today? Today's Friday, right? Yep. So today's day 1. Day 2 will be Saturday. Day 3 will be Sunday. So on Sunday, we also have a little threat for severe weather out here by like Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, even a little bit of Panhandle, Florida. I don't think we have anything in the extended range after this though. Oops. Let's see here. Categorical. Wait, how do I do the extended range? Whoops. Oh, here we go. Day 4, day 5. Yeah, it doesn't look like we have anything in the extended range. So, what's up, Taylor? Good to see ya. Long time no see. How is Rosebud, Texas? Looking for the event. Well, let's look. Hope you're doing well. Okay, so Rosebud's in the level 2 slight risk here today. Let's see. So it'll be later this evening by the time you get the storms. I mean, it's going to be pretty late. But we do you're right on the edge between that 5% and that 2% tornado risk here. Odds of you getting a tornado is definitely pretty low, but don't let your guard down. I mean, it's pretty unlikely you'll see anything tornadic, but just remain alert. We do have a 15% wind threat here, so potential for some gusts between 60, 70 miles an hour, 15% chance. And in terms of hail, also a 15% chance for hail between 1 to 2 inches in diameter. Now, on top of that, we also do have at least a 15% chance for flooding. Today's threat is going to be bringing quite a bit of rainfall. If we look at the radar now, there's quite a bit of rain with it. Not just on the initial heavy part of the storms, but also behind it, there's a bit of rain as well falling. But yeah. So definitely keep an eye out there for it. Let's see. My sister, figure hometown prayers for Baton Rouge and surrounding areas. Yeah, it shouldn't be as. Oh, let's see. Hold on. I think Baton Rouge is in the level. Yeah, level 2 does include Baton Rouge here. And then Sunday that shifts eastward towards like Mobile and Pensacola, but it's level 1 on Sunday as of now. So. Yeah, mostly today and tomorrow are the big days. But yeah, like I mentioned, today has that 5% tornado threat. So does tomorrow too. Oh, I should probably change my scene here. There we go. There's today's risk. 5% risk here, and then tomorrow also got that 5%. What's up, Kaylee? Good to see you. Hello, friends. Had a baby Wednesday. Well, congratulations. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Taylor says, sweet, thanks a bunch. Yeah, no problem. I got you. Lots of lightning. Yeah, it seems pretty energetic out there. Here, let's see all these little lightning indicators. What I will do, let me bring up the sat view. And we'll look localized. We'll go out here. GLM flashes. There we go. See all those little dots? Each one of those is lightning here. Definitely bubbling pretty good, though. Sandwich mode. I always love the look of the sandwich mode. Looks pretty cool. You can really see that those overshooting tops there. See those bubbles? But yeah, no, definitely looks very energetic, though. What's really cool is if you guys look closely, you can actually see that northerly air advection. So you can see all that warm, moisture-filled air coming up from the south. You see it? You look at the lower levels. So that was that lower level jet we were talking about earlier, and you can see the mid levels. Kind of like the storm movement too, moving eastward. It's really cool. You can actually see that. But yeah, those are the lower level clouds there. So that's the inflow. That's all that warm air that's coming in the storm. Let's see. Sore as heck everywhere, especially I bet you are. But I hope you're doing well, and congrats once again. Glad everything went good. All right, let's see here. We got a couple warnings. We got one west of Fort Worth here, y'all. This is out by Mineral Wells, Texas here. This includes Gordon and Mingus. We do have a tornado possible tag on this one. Not a warning, so keep that in mind. So the difference between a tornado warning and a tornado possible tag is that a tornado warning means that okay, we now got a tornado warning. All right, well, there we go. Well, the difference between a tornado warning and a tornado possible tag is that a tornado warning means a tornado is imminent or occurring. And a tornado possible tag means that, storm could produce tornadic activity in the near future. It's not guaranteed, but it's possible. But now we have a tornado warning, meaning, a tornado is imminent or occurring here. All right, so we need you guys in your shelter. That counter down below, y'all can see right below the warning there, that tornado warning says 0. That'll probably change to 1 here in a minute. But yep. Nice timing. I know, right? Literally, as soon as I was talking about it, it's like, oh, yeah, let's just go tornado warned here. But yeah, let's actually hop over to this radar here. I think KDYX was the closest radar we have. So this includes Palo Pinto, Mineral Wells area out there by Gordon. Oh yeah, you can see the rotation there. Rotation's just kind of near Gordon, slightly northeast of Gordon. That one looks sus anyways. Yeah, it really did. It's got a nice little hook on it too. You know, so you got your little inflow notch here. You got that warm air kind of pulling in. Then you got your rear flank downdraft, the cooler air coming on the backside, so that it's creating that counterclockwise rotation there. Yeah, it's definitely a good thing they did put that. I don't see anything on CC though, not yet. But we do need you guys in your shelters. Out there by Palo Pinto. Let's see here. I believe that's mostly out of Mineral Wells. Yeah. There is the western side of Mineral Wells included on that warning there. It does have a nice hook on it though. But yeah, we need Mineral Wells, we need Palo Pinto, and let's see, Gordon. You guys need to be in your safe. So actually, Gordon, yeah, Gordon's actually just south of that tornado there. Josh says any tornado right now. So this is not confirmed yet, but there is a tornado warning in effect now. Oh, there's the counter. It shows 1 now on the screen here. Let's hop back. Yep, so you can see right there, there's that rotation. So that just passed north of Gordon here. It's tracking northeast. You know what? It's actually kind of tracking towards Mineral Wells. I mean, if you look at the last little bit of movement here, see it's kind of moving northeast. It's kind of tracking in that direction. But yeah, so you can see the red and the green. See how they're kind of close together. They're in a little couplet here. That is radar telling us that there's rotation. Got a bit of a hook there too. See a little hook echo. Yeah, definitely rotating. So yeah, once again, everybody, we need y'all in your shelters out there by Palo Pinto. Honestly, we really need Mineral Wells to watch this one too. I mean, as of right now, the warning does include a bit of the northern side of Mineral Wells. But we got about 30 minutes left on that storm. Also, on top of this, quarter hail and 60-mile-an-hour winds are possible too. Can we see CC, please? Yeah, actually, we just looked at it a second ago, but we'll look at it again. I didn't see anything on CC as of now. As of right now, it's just radar indicated, but like I mentioned, we still need you guys in your shelters. Got to keep a close eye on this one. Got some pretty high echo tops on this storm here too. About almost 50,000 feet tall. But yeah, make sure you guys are in your safe spot. If you have a storm shelter, if you have a basement, go there now. If you do not have a basement or a storm shelter, go to the central interior portion on the lowest floor of a building. And if you're in a mobile home, definitely ditch the mobile home. You do not want to be in that. Oh my gosh, Kathleen, thank you so much for the 25. Cash App donation. That's really sweet of you. Saying thanks, have kids in Texas, sent them your live stream. Well, I really appreciate that. Kathleen, thank you. Thank you so much. That's really nice of you. And, oh, I dropped my phone. You're very welcome, my friend. I'm glad to help. Oh. Definitely glad to help, but thank you so much. But yeah, I definitely want Mineral Wells to watch this one really closely. Storm is tracking in that direction there. Will this reach Dallas, Texas? So the storms are expected to work their way out there towards Dallas area, but the tornado warning here, this tornadic storm, probably not. No, this thing will just keep going north, but we do need to watch out for Dallas though, but they're not under any like imminent tornado danger like these areas are. But anyways, Kathleen, once again, thank you so much for that. That is greatly, greatly appreciated. You did not have to do that, my friend. Helps me out a ton. Helps keep everything running around here, so I really appreciate the support. The people who have donated, thank you guys. Seriously. Just know you all don't have to do that. But it certainly helps out a ton. It helps keep us running. Okay, so like I mentioned, y'all, tornado warning in effect here. This is for Texas. This is just west of the Fort Worth area. This includes area out here by Mineral Wells, Palo Pinto, Lone Camp. Yeah, it looks like that storm is moving right towards Lone Camp here. Also Colville. Rotation now looks north of Colville. Don't see any debris signatures as of right now. Hope no tornadoes happen tonight in Dallas. It's very unlikely, but it's, it can't be ruled out. I mean, we do have that 2% chance out there for the Dallas area. But, the odds of you specifically getting a tornado is very low. So I wouldn't stress over it too much. But just make sure you have a way to receive warnings, though. In case of a warning does get issued, that way you're ready to go. Yeah, we got some pretty big echoes on here too. Reflectivity showing like 65 dBz, which that's telling us there's probably a little bit of hail in that storm too. You can kind of see the scatter from the hail on correlation coefficient. This is not debris, by the way. Debris would be much more defined, but this is kind of scatter from hailstones. It's the echo, like the beam scattering out. But yeah, it is showing a bit of a different correlation, though, which is telling us that these particles are different sizes than one another. Like, for the rain part, you can see for the most part it's the same color. This is all, like, showing rain, relatively similar drops, but this area here you can see is a little bit different because we're likely seeing some hail that's different sizes up there. So, gotta watch out for that too. They, what's the warning for? Just for 60-mile-an-hour winds. I think they put quarter hail, though, on the, on the tornado warning is quarter hail. But we'll see what happens. That may or may not increase. How do things look for Ada? Was it Ada, Oklahoma? Let me look. Alright, so... okay, you guys are... Here we go. Yeah, you guys are kind of south Oklahoma, huh? You guys should be pretty good. Yeah, we do have a thunderstorm risk out here, for a potential of a few booms of thunder, but nothing severe. So we're not expecting like any damaging storms or anything like that today, so... Yeah, that threat's mostly going to be to your southwest. Got family in Palo Pinto and Mineral Wells. Told them to take us here. It's good. I'm proud of you for doing that. It's good. Just need to keep people informed, So it looks like the storm, you can see the rotation here. I mean, it looks like this is kind of moving northeast slightly. I mean, it is kind of tracking in the direction of Mineral Wells. It should just fall shallow of Palo Pinto, but still need you guys in your shelter just to be sure. because these storms can, or these tornadic cells can move around a bit, so not always linear like this. Thanks, dude. Yeah, no problem. You're not in Oklahoma at the moment, and I'm stressing for friends and family. No, that region you told me about, it should be perfectly fine. Just, maybe a few normal storms. But you guys, I mean, you live in Oklahoma. You're kind of used to it. But, yeah, those won't be anything big up there in Oklahoma. Well, that part of Oklahoma anyways. Storm with tennis ball size hail west. Has a nice curve. Sucks. No close to radar. Is it? Wait, did they upgrade it? Is it this guy over here? Oh, wow. Yeah, wow. They significantly upgraded that storm. Tennis ball hail and 70-mile-an-hour wind gusts. Yeah, that will be quite a nasty little storm over there. Looks like we got a warning up here in New Mexico, too. Out by Rosebud Farms. Rosebud. 60-mile-an-hour wind gust, quarter hail. Here, we'll bring you guys back over here. All right, hopefully this thing will start to die down a bit. Kind of the latest scan looks a little bit less concerning, but still, these systems are known to recycle quite quickly, so just don't be surprised if it looks a little bit more aggressive in a couple frames, but still, the warning's in place. We still need you guys to watch it closely. I mean, as of now, there's no confirmation of the tornado. It's all radar indicated. How's the outlook for Brownwood, Texas for the night? It's pouring right now, but it doesn't look too bad at the moment. Let's see, where was Brownwood? Brownwood, here, let me just bring it up here. Brownwood, Texas. Oh, okay. Gotcha. All right, so let me hop you over here for a minute. So yeah, we do have a storm kind of going over there by Brownwood right now. More than likely here in a little bit, you'll be getting some more precipitation here. This is all kind of working northeast here. It'll probably hit you in a couple rounds. Yeah, you can see that, this is what you're getting now, but there's another round coming behind that as well. But definitely need you to be weather aware today. Gusty winds, large hail, and an isolated tornado cannot be ruled out. But the odds of you getting a tornado, like I mentioned, for a lot of people, it's for one specific person, it's pretty unlikely. But collectively, it's very possible. Collectively for a couple tornadoes on this entire event in general of getting tornadoes is very possible. But the probability of one specific person in the risk area getting one's pretty unlikely. I mean, max tornado risk here today is a 5% chance from SPC. All right, so from what it looks like, it seems like that rotation might be starting to slow down a bit, hopefully. But don't let your guard down. Like I said, still we need to be in our shelters here. Palo Pinto. Definitely need mineral wells to watch this too. Very closely. You can see that velocity has died down a little bit. Looked, compared to where it was here to where it is now, the colors are darkening a bit, telling us that it's dying down a little bit, which is good. But like I mentioned, sometimes these storms can recycle. They can look like they're getting better, but then they change again. But yeah, we'll keep an eye on it. Let's see here. Logan, thank you so much for the $2 super chat, my friend. That's greatly appreciated. That is really, really sweet of you, my friend. Thank you, Logan. Helps us out a ton. Greatly, greatly appreciated. Power went out at 3 a.m. due to storms last night. A lot of lightning. Ooh. Is it back on now? Hopefully it is. So the storm is moving away from Dallas. No, not really. It's actually moving towards Dallas. Well, the tornadic storm, yes, that storm won't really impact Dallas. So the storm right now that's tornadic is moving north, kind of northeast. It'll pass Dallas, but the system in general is going eastward pretty much, which eventually the storms will approach Dallas like later on this evening. So, yeah, definitely we'll keep an eye on it. It's going to be later though. Here, let me hop back to models real quickly with you guys. We'll look at the timing here. Let's see, precipitation. We'll do composite reflectivity. Here we go. There you go. You guys can see the time down here. I know it's kind of hard to see. I need to fix that. But it shows the line kind of approaching this evening. Kind of in like 3-4 hours or so. But until then, there could be some, scattered storms ahead of the line, though, that we'll need to look for. All right, that velocity definitely is fading out from what it looks like. Probably still containing some gusty winds, given all this here. We got, let's see, what time does this expire? We have this in effect until 6:30 p.m. Central. So that is, we have about 15 more minutes left on that warning. Blake says, thanks for what you do, man. You're very welcome, man. I'm glad to help out. That's what we're here for. I always just enjoy tracking the weather, and if I can do so and help keep people weather aware and prepared, that's what matters. But you're very welcome. All right, see you later, Twilight. What radar do I use? GR2 Analyst. Hopefully they lose their intensity. Just rain would be nice. Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, a lot of you guys do need the rain, though. It's pretty dry out here, actually. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, so we got a level 2 flooding threat today. That's actually another thing we got to remember, guys, is that not only do we have the severe weather concern today with the tornadoes, the hail, the damaging winds, but we also do have a flooding threat as well. That threat for flooding out here. I mean, given the fact that we haven't had much rain in a while, introducing a lot of rain in a short period of time can cause the ground to clog up a bit. It's especially bad out by like San Antonio. It's got Austin, Texas area. Got really bad droughts out there. For most of Texas, it's abnormally dry. We got some just patches of droughts here. But yeah, by far the worst of it's out by like Austin, Texas, and like San Antonio. All right, so once again, we got a tornado warning in effect for Palo, Pinto, and out there by Mineral Wells. So we need you guys in your shelters. Storm with tornado, tornado ball size hail. This storm with tennis ball hail has a tornado possible tag now. Does it? Yeah, the only bad thing is, like I said, that one's in the middle of nowhere, and it has like no radar coverage. Yep, they do have a tor possible though on it. Sure does. We're getting quite a few severes developing here. Let's change radar up here to the Panhandle of Texas real quickly. Ooh, we got a storm out by Amarillo developing here. 60-mile-an-hour wind, quarter hail. Got a couple storms up in northeastern New Mexico, actually. Yeah, these are also quarter hail and 60-mile-an-hour winds. All right, let's hop back to the tornado warning here. Hopefully they'll get rid of that here soon. I mean, we don't have too much longer on that warning. Wait, did they? Oh, it was just the program. The program showed it. This program I'm on the top above me showed the system gone for a minute, but no, it's still there. But yeah, we only have about 14 more minutes left on this warning here. But once again, Palo Pinto, Mineral Wells, we need you guys in your safe spots. But we also got quarter-size hail in that there too. Severe thunderstorm warning in effect for 60-mile-an-hour winds. So tornado, quarter-size hail, and 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts possibly. Let's check some of these other storms here too. You guys got to remember too. This line will likely have some pretty strong winds regardless. So if you guys are ahead of the storm, one thing I would highly recommend that you guys do is bring in any loose objects indoors. So like, say for an example, you have light furniture, like light cushions, patio furniture, whatever. It would be recommended to bring that inside because the winds on this line could get pretty strong. Which could, cause your property to be damaged, but also could cause it to go airborne, which is not what we want. Could just fuel the flying debris. So bring in anything light, even plants, whatever. Just anything that you have. If you're ahead of the storms right now, this would be for a lot of like East Texas, like Dallas, San Antonio, Waco, Killeen, some of those areas out there, on the eastern side, just a lot of you guys over here. If you have anything, it looks like they canceled that tornado warning. Yep, okay, that's good, y'all. They canceled the tornado warning. That's no longer in effect, so we are good to go. We are no longer under a tornado warning. So Palo Pinto, tornado warning's been canceled. Same thing for Mineral Wells. That has been canceled. However, we still do have that severe thunderstorm warning in effect here. So still remain indoors, away from windows if you could. But what I was saying is that, if you have anything loose outside, bring it indoors. Because, the line of storms will likely contain some strong winds regardless of where it goes. So it could help protect your property and stuff. Oops, I don't know what I just did there. I did something. It's still here on this program, but should expire. But yeah, you can see over here on GR2, they canceled the warning there. But yeah, like I said, that severe thunderstorm warning is still in effect here. 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts and quarter hail. Cheryl says, is that for Denton County as well? Let me look. Denton County, Texas. Oh, okay. I'll hear about Denton. Okay. So, there's no warnings right now for Denton, but, you are in the risk area. Oh, to bring in the plants and stuff. It wouldn't hurt. It definitely wouldn't hurt because we do have a little bit of a wind threat today, a little bit of a hail threat and tornado. Just to be safe, it wouldn't be a bad idea. Because, the line that's coming through could definitely contain some pretty strong winds, which, could cause some of those plants to knock over and stuff like that. But I'm going to leave that solely up to you. It wouldn't be a bad idea just to be safe, with the line coming through. Here, let me hop you back over here. Precipitation, we'll do, actually, you know what, we're going to look at the lower level winds here. Surface, max accumulated wind gusts here. So, take this with a grain of salt, but you can see that, some gusts on the storms could exceed 30, maybe 40 miles an hour, which, that could knock over plants and stuff like that. So, just to be safe, it wouldn't be a bad idea. But then, of course, you have some spotty areas that we could see, like damaging wind gusts and stuff like that, too. So, but don't take this too serious. Of course, for what I meant to say is don't take this too seriously this in particular model run. Your patio faces north, but we'll bring in the lighter plants. Okay, yeah, it sounds good. Yeah, I mean, with your patio facing north, the winds will be coming from the west to the east. So the winds will be flowing eastward. In the warm sector, before the front hits, it'll be hitting the south side of your home. And then whenever the front rolls through, the wind direction changes from going north to going east. So then it'll be kind of going, through your porch, essentially. But, yeah, I mean, it wouldn't be a bad idea. I mean, just for safe precaution, Let's see, did they... Let me check this program here, make sure they canceled that tornado warning here. Yeah, it's gone. Okay. But like I said, on that storm, we still do have a 60-mile-an-hour wind gust. Oh, actually, let's bring you guys back over here. We still do have 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts in Quarter Hill. They still have a torque possible tag on that warning, so we'll watch it and see what happens. Got a flash flood warning for Abilene, by the way, y'all, if you know anybody out there in Abilene. The majority of the heavy convection, the big-time storms and stuff like that for Abilene is over with for the most part. Because that front has already kind of rolled through. But there is still lingering precipitation. I just hope the winds don't damage my roof like that storm in March did. Of course, that was 80-mile-an-hour wind gusts. Yeah, no, it won't be anything like that. Max winds today in the most severe of storms would be between 60 and 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts. So, yeah, it won't be anything like that. And even the odds of you getting that damaging winds is pretty low odds. I mean, the threat over here by you in the Denton area has a 5% wind risk here. So basically what that means is that within a 25-mile radius around you, there's a 5% chance of damaging winds occurring in that area, in which if it was to occur, those wind gusts could get upwards of mostly right around 60 miles an hour, which, I mean, depends. I mean, it could cause shingle issues if that did happen, but like I mentioned, it's pretty low odds. I mean, 5% chance. But still, it's not something to ignore. I mean, it's something to watch, but it's not something to, worry about super much. I mean, threat is higher west of you. Let's see, you put a zip code? Okay, let's see. Yeah. Okay. Oh, you're actually closer to the Dallas area. Okay. Well, same thing. The same risk still kind of applies here. Carrot says, I remember hearing a guy who was from the future who said a historic tornado outbreak was going to occur in Oklahoma in 2026. Those people are whack, man. But, I mean, who knows? Let's check up on some of these guys. Yeah, these storms out west are getting pretty strong. The good news, though, with these ones is that, I mean, there's good and bad news. The bad news is that we have poor radar coverage, which these storms are very difficult to track in western Texas. So there's not much radar view here. But the good news is that this is mostly rural areas here. Not a lot of people over this way. Yeah, I mean, this is mostly just like... We got a couple people out here. Maybe Billy in his outhouse, but yeah. Mineral Wells, we got 5 minutes left on that warning, y'all. Just want to let y'all know. Amarillo, Quarter Hill, 60-mile-an-hour winds. We have an hour left on that one. New Mexico, northeast side, up by Miera, I think it's how you say it. Quarter Hill, 60-mile-an-hour winds. Rosebud Farms and Rosebud hail less than quarter size and 60-mile-an-hour winds. Okay, cool. Thank you so much. Yeah, no problem. BRB going to bring my plants in. Sounds good, my friend. Yeah, it's, like I said, I mean, it might not be totally necessary, but it wouldn't hurt. I would recommend it personally, just to be safe, because the line could definitely contain some strong winds for a lot of people. Like the HRRR shows, a lot of you folks out there, the line kind of maybe seeing anywhere from 30 to 40 miles an hour, even in the non-severe area. Well, to be classified as damaging wind gusts and storms, it has to be 58 miles an hour or greater. I don't know why it's specifically 58. I don't know why it's not like 60, but the way it is that 58 mile an hour winds or greater is considered severe. Ooh, yeah, we might need to watch this storm again. They actually just canceled that warning for mineral wells, but still really want to watch that. That looks a little concerning. Looks like we might be trying to get some rotation going on again. Yeah, look at that. Would not be surprised if that gets a warning. Let's see. Storm's like over here. Got a little curvy photograph going on here. Yeah, environment looks pretty good. Pretty decent anyways. Lower level winds ain't anything significant, so if we did get tornadoes today, thankfully we'll probably be in the lower scale of tornadoes. Probably wouldn't see any like major tornadoes or anything like that. I mean, of course it's nature, who knows. Sometimes nature can throw you an eyeball, nice curveball here and there. But yeah, got a new warning. That's a weird looking warning. 60 mile an hour wind gusts. Let's see here, 0.75 inch hail. This includes Gorman, Carbon, De Leon, Rising Star, Cisco, Eastland, Ranger, Carbon, Comanche, and Gustine. Got a lot of scattered warnings all over the place now. Ooh. But yeah, definitely, I do want to keep an eye on that one storm up by Mineral Well still. In far southwestern Texas, a strong tornado could happen, but outside of that, yeah, limited. Yeah, we'll have to see what happens. Like I said, though, I really want to start watching this Mineral Well storm again. Nothing on CC or anything like that, but maybe a little embedded notch here, like a little inflow notch going on there. Embedded hook, maybe. We'll see what they do, but just a bit of a heads up for my Mineral Wells folks out there by Bennett, Millsap, Cool, and Garner. You guys are not under any warning right now from the Weather Service, but I do want you guys to watch this pretty closely. Yeah, we'll see what happens with it. That's the one storm that was previously tornado warned too. It looks like it's trying to pick back up again. That's what I was telling you guys, is that sometimes these storms can recycle. But yeah, nothing on CC as of right now. Let's see, what are we scanning at? This is scanning 5,000 feet. Let's try our other radar here. Okay, yeah, this radar's a little bit different. It shows a lot of winds coming towards the radar, but not a lot outbound. A lot of inbound, not much outbound. This one's also 3,000 feet here, too. You know what it is? It looks like it's an elevated rotation. Yeah, lower scans don't show as much outflow. Or air going away from radar, I should say. But upper levels, you can see that increases quite a bit. So maybe that's why they don't have anything on it right now. Still need to watch it, though. I mean, it definitely wouldn't hurt. Lap Central says, is San Antonio going to get hit? So San Antonio does have a risk today for severe weather. So you got a 15, you got a level 2 slight risk here regarding severe weather. So the scale goes from a level 1 to a level 5 here to level 2. We have a 5% chance for tornadoes. So basically within a 25-mile radius around you, there's a 5% chance of a tornado happening here. We have a 15% chance here for damaging wind gusts, potentially upwards of 60 miles an hour. And lastly, in terms of hail, we do have a 15% chance probability here for hail between 1 to 2 inches in diameter. So, did I say? Wait, hold on. Did I mess that up? Wind gusts upwards of 60 miles an hour possible, and hail between 1 to 2 inches in diameter. Out to the west, though, where we have this black dashed area, this is where we could actually see, significant hail, like 2 inches in diameter and larger. Yeah, no problem. I got you, Lap Central. Yeah, I mean, like I said, guys, if y'all have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. Yeah. The higher we scan, the more you can see that this is kind of more like mid-level rotation. Because lower levels, you can see there's not much of an outflow. But mid-levels, you can see there's that little couplet there. When is San Antonio expected to start getting thunderstorms? Well, let's hop over to the models again. We'll do that now. Composite reflectivity. So, HRRR suggests pretty late, actually. Wow, yeah. Showing like 3 a.m. Eastern. So that'd be 2 a.m. for you guys. I'll take that with a grain of salt, but yeah, it'll be pretty late for what it looks like here. There could be a few little pop-off storms ahead of the main line before, but might wrap up at lower levels in the short term. Possibly. Yeah, that's why it's still definitely worth monitoring. You know, I still definitely want to look at it. All right, we got. Let's see, that one expired. Yeah, that warning expired. They don't have a warning on it though right now. So, ooh, apparently out there. Here, let's bring y'all back out there by Amarillo. Apparently, we have 0.7-inch hail being reported. That's not considered severe though. That's once you hit quarter size and greater, that's when it's considered severe. What's my thoughts on Tropical Storm Melissa? Do I think it'll be a Cat 5? Yeah, I think it has a real good run for it. I mean, just like given the environment that it's going to go into, yeah, I think it's going to be pretty aggressive, especially out there by like Jamaica. A little concern for you folks out there. Definitely need y'all to watch this pretty closely. I mean, the Hurricane Center, they already have this thing 2 mile an hour short from Cat 5, so it's already not that far away. But yeah, this storm will likely be a big problem for Jamaica, Haiti, Cuba, also the Bahamas too. Will likely have quite a bit of impacts out there. Okay, we got a severe warning for Cisco, Texas, Carbon, Eastland, De Leon, and Comanche. Y'all like the bigger left-hand side radar better, or like the way we had it? Do I think the Hurricane Center will upgrade the peak to from 155 to 160 in the next advisory? I mean, I wouldn't be surprised, to be honest with you. I mean, there's a here. Let's hop back over here real quickly, actually. So looking at the models, they're definitely quite aggressive. So HAFS-A has the system like getting down into the lower 900s. HAFS-B has a system getting down into the lower 930s. Yeah, lower 930s. Regardless, it's going to be, very nasty for the people out here. HWRF shows like mid 950s. Yeah, very concerned for Jamaica. Like I mentioned, if you guys know anybody out there, just let them know. Give them a heads up. I mean, because the environment that the storm's going to be in, there's really not going to be much limitations. I mean, there's a lot of moisture, plentiful amount of moisture. There's a lot of really warm waters out there. I mean, the waters are like 30 Celsius right now. And also that wind shear is letting up quite a bit. So, yeah, that's going to be another thing, is that the wind shear and stuff like that is going to be letting up, which is going to allow the system to kind of get its act together. So I'm a little bit concerned about that. Cat 4 is already overkill. Cat 5 landfall will be unbelievable. Yeah, but I mean, it's going to be close regardless. Wonder when we're going to get that new update here. Let's see. Last update was at 5 p.m. They update every 6 hours, right? So, okay, next update will be at 11 o'clock. The 11 o'clock update. So, what I'll probably do is I'll probably stream a little bit more coverage tonight. I might push it to an hour, or push it to 2 hours. And then later on this evening, I'll probably hop back on, my YouTube shorts to go live. That's the plan. So we've already been live for an hour and 40 minutes, which kind of been the longest stream in a while, actually. Longest coverage we've done in a while. So we'll do a little bit more coverage today, and then later on this evening, I'll hop back on. Who knows? I mean, maybe if I'm available, I'll even do some overnight coverage because my sleep schedule's been a little bit messed up. So, what's up, Bingsy? Good to see you. Saying hey, Andrew. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, you as well, my friend. Appreciate all the info and updates as always. Yeah, no problem. I got you. Remember when the models were showing 230? I didn't see it show 230, but I did see it show pressure down in 880 millibar range, but yeah, it was something else. Here, let's actually bring this up for you guys. I actually want to go and show you all the latest info. Here's the latest guidance on the hurricane models. So this is the main hurricane models. This is just their intensity guidance here. I mean, you can see that the middle ground has this thing easily getting into Cat 3. Quite a bit of support of even Cat 4. I mean, even some of the models later on in the cycle have it going up towards Cat 4. So, yeah. The good news is that the models have gotten a little bit more into agreement mode. Compared to the last couple days. I mean, we had a lot of uncertainty, but the outcome's not really pretty. You can see the majority of models has this thing kind of steering a little bit to the west here, going on out there towards Jamaica, then pulling north as we get that frontal system coming through, and then that'll drag that system over Jamaica, over Cuba, over the Bahamas, and maybe out there towards Bermuda and the far extended range, but it's too early to tell for them. Right now, the main concern is obviously Jamaica, Haiti, Cuba, and the Bahamas. So, that's crazy, Carrot. Is Melissa strengthening yet? Yeah. It's been picking up some strength. Right now we are at I believe 65 sustained, right? Yeah, 65 sustained with pressure down to 995. I know this is 63, but got to round it. 65. I'm pretty sure that's what the Hurricane Center has. Yep, 65. Still moving incredibly slow, though. Look at that. It's moving north at 2 miles an hour. Ooh, they rewarned the Mineral Well storm, y'all. Put a severe thunderstorm warning on it, though. Did they put Tor Possible on it? They did. Yeah, 65. Ooh, 65 mile an hour wind gusts and quarter hail. So it could be gusting up to what Melissa is sustained. But yeah, they did not. They really didn't update the. Or they didn't add any hurricane warnings yet, essentially. But those will probably come out here, I'd say, within the next day or so. Personally, I believe that Melissa's already starting to rapidly intensify with the winds going from 45 to 65 and only 2 updates. Yeah, I mean, it's been picking up quite a bit. I'm going to replace this radar for a little bit, y'all. I'm going to snack on some. These long coverages, sometimes sometimes got to take a break, you know. But I'll still be here. But yeah, Mineral Wells, like I said, quarter hail, 60 mile an hour wind gusts here. Still that tornado possible tag. So, I mean, we'll see what happens. Definitely still need to watch. I mean, that was the warning that was actually tornado warned earlier. I mean, you can see it now. Definitely still rotating, it looks like. Out there by, like, Cool, Millsap, Bennett, and Garner. So that's just west of Fort Worth, by the way, y'all. Then southwest of that, we have the other warning for Comanche, De Leon, let's see, Gorman, Carbon, Eastland, Ranger, Cisco, and Gustine. So we'll definitely keep an eye out there for those. But yeah, right now, the warning counter, you guys can see we don't have any tornado warnings, thankfully. I am watching that one storm for potential tornadic activity. It just depends what happens with it. You know what, actually? The lower level scans are now starting to show a bit more velocity. I just noticed. I thought I was mid-level scan still. So that's something that we'll definitely need to look out for. Check your weather app. It's showing there's another tropical depression in the eastern Pacific. Yep. That there is. It'll be a tropical storm. It doesn't look like it's going to be anything greater than that, but it's in the middle of nowhere, pretty much. Okay. All right. Let's see. But yeah, like I said, y'all, we're probably going to roll off here in about 15 minutes or so. Just wanted to hop on here. That'll be our 2-hour marker. But then, like I said, we'll probably go live again at 11 o'clock tonight for an update on the tropics. And then who knows, maybe overnight we'll do another live stream for the continuation of overnight coverage. Kind of splitting this part up into 2 parts. Or really 3 parts, but... Honestly, I'm probably going to wrap it up here very soon. Because, I mean, yeah. All right, everybody. Well, if y'all have any final questions before I roll off, just let us know. I'm actually gonna get some stuff done around here, so that's why I decided I'm just gonna roll off now. But yeah, but like I said, let me know if y'all have any questions before I roll off here, which will be rolling off here in a few minutes. You know, and like I said, I'll be more than happy to help you guys here. Sean, I'm not sure of the name. I don't know. I don't have the Eastern Pacific names up right now. But it won't be really a concern at all. Oops, I did not mean to hit my mic. Sorry about that. But let's see. Jen says, "Hey, I'm in the zip code. Can I check?" Yep, I got you, Jen. No problem. All right, so let's see. Okay, so you're up in the level 1 threat for severe weather today. We do have a little 2% chance for tornadoes out here. We have a 5% chance for damaging wind gusts and a 5% chance for hail. So the odds are pretty darn low. Jen, honestly, it doesn't seem like anything significant, but just don't be surprised. I mean, we have a little bit of a flooding threat too, so a little bit of rainfall will be expected with this. Bit of lightning for sure, bits of thunder. Really low tornado threats. It's not really anything I'd worry about too much. Just make sure you have a way to receive warnings in case if they do get issued. But storms are actually west of you now, and they'll be approaching within the next couple of hours here. So, but just remember, there actually could still be a couple of storms that develop ahead of the line here. So, you know, it could be a little earlier. But anyways, hopefully that helps. Jen, if you have any more questions, let me know, okay? Let's see here. Cheryl says, everyone stay safe. Sky is starting to get dark over here. Cheryl, you want me to look over there real quickly again? Actually, you're out by Denton, right? You're actually right here. Yep, so the storms are actually not that far from you. But not really severe. Jen says, okay, thank you. We'll stay in tonight. It's getting dark out west. Gotcha. Yeah, you're very welcome. No problem. And, yeah, just stay away from windows if you get lightning and stuff like that, so. But, yeah, Cheryl, storms are nearby right now. They're not severe. The only severe warning we got is out by Mineral Wells right now. That's just for, I think that was, here, let's get that back up here. Yeah, 65 mile an hour wind gusts in Quarter Hail. Black Tar says San Angelo got good rain, not too many booms. Gotcha. Yeah, let's see here. Yeah, a lot of that's going to be subsiding now. But anyways, all right, everybody. Well, that's going to go ahead and wrap it up. We'll be back on live later, though, for some more updates and stuff. But if y'all enjoyed it, leave a like, hit that subscribe button. It would be greatly appreciated. Thank you all for joining. I really appreciate y'all. But yeah, like I said, we'll pick up on this later on. We'll go live probably right around 11 o'clock or so for some more updates for y'all on the tropics. And then maybe after that, we'll do some more coverage at night. But alrighty, everybody. Thank you all so much for joining. You guys take care. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your night. And we'll see you guys later. But yeah, like I said, we'll go live probably right around 11 o'clock. And then maybe overnight, we'll do some more coverage and stuff. But all right, everybody. Well, y'all take care. Have a great rest of your night. And we'll see you guys in the next one. See you later, everybody.